Watson. My wife has bolted her door. My boy Jack has banished me. How fares the village?
Oh, medicine should cure their ills. Does your wife have a fever? Let me visit.
What she has is beyond medicine. It's taken charge of her soul, her very bones.
Is it not grief?
No, I recognize grief. I understand grief. This is some other poison. And we know its source, you and I. What am I to do, Watson? Just stand aside and let it destroy us all?
Easy, old man.
What does Holmes make of it? Do you think we're all mad?
I've seen a ghost.
That I don't believe. You? They don't appear to you.
This one did. Appear to. It seems I got too close.
Too close to what?
I'll explain later. How's the girl?
Oh, she'll recover. It's nothing more sinister than influenza, which seems to have struck the young in particular.
The young?
Half a dozen young girls of the village.
Influenza?
All the usual symptoms: night sweats, drowsiness, lethargy. Oh, Ferguson's downstairs.
We'll join him. First, we must understand this. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Christie. Most reviving.
Yes, thank you.
The vampire, even of legend, was not necessarily a dead man. A living person might attempt such behavior.
You're saying Stockton is one of these creatures?
There are people we know who suck up the energies of others like a sponge, draw out their resources and pocket them, leaving them fatigued, no longer master of their wills. It's a psychological phenomenon. Doctors have acknowledged it.
Yes, they exist.
What you say does describe in some measure that night he came to dinner and the effect he had on Carlotta and the maid.
I had a taste of it myself just now.
And your ghostly experience?
I don't for a moment believe what I saw. But I do accept hallucination. The mind forced by another to play tricks.
Hypnosis?
Stockton has spent much time with the South American Indians, studying their ancient mysteries. It's quite possible that he learned something out there, was affected by an experience.
But you don't exonerate him for that, surely?
No, but he could be suffering a form of illness which may respond to treatment.
And meanwhile, we let him run amok. The man is destructive. Holmes, you're not denying that.
He's only destructive if we let him be. If we believe too many tales, or use him as nothing more or less than a depository for our own ills.
Are you suggesting that I'm doing that?
I think there's a danger of it in this village.
I stand with this village, Holmes. I live here, and I have seen his direct influence over people, loved ones. A defenseless, innocent baby is dead. Now, if you can justify that, we part company. Good night, Watson.
It's one thing to diagnose a problem, Watson. It's quite another often to resolve it.
Here, your ladyship, here is a charm that cannot fail. Pin this to your pillow, and you can laugh. Laugh in the face of vampires and hippogriffs that visit in the night. Your safety, sixpence.
There's a jackal at work.
I'm off to London.
London?
Till nightfall. Will you hold the fort?
Certainly. I thought a visit to Carlotta Ferguson might be useful. As a doctor, I might get in to see her.
Interesting.
Also, patch things up with her husband. No point in having him against us.
Quite so.
Saint Sebastian, he will protect your heart from vampires and prevalent malignants such as wolves, bats, and bloodsuckers. Yours. For 9 pennies only. For your loved ones, sir. Taken bad, was she? This will beat the devil and his night visits. It was smuggled in the habit of a nun all the way from Rome and was forged in His Holiness' own smithy.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Now I am safe from all bad people.
Silence, quicker! Silence!
The station. See you later, Watson.
Oh.
Michael.
I got you this. Help me get better.
What's that, Michael?
What?
You've been with her?
No, Vera.
Get out.
Vera?
Go on, get out.
Vera.
Leave me. Don't touch me.
Vera?
Get out.
In here, Dr. Watson.
How is she faring?
She doesn't tell me. Dr. Watson, madam.
Thank you.
Mrs. Ferguson, I'm standing in locum for the village doctor who's sick.
Yes, I know who you are. You were here yesterday. Please, sit down. So, what is it you wish to say to me?
To ask how you are after your tragic loss. If you need anything for sleeping.
There are no remedies in the world that would make me sleep at night, Doctor.
Yes, I understand.
But the day's different. I sleep. At least hours fly by without me. You wish for something to drink?
Oh, no, thank you.
Your friend, the detective, is not with you today.
Gone to London. Your husband told you that Sherlock Holmes was in the village?
Not my husband, no.
Oh, then it was Mr. Stockton.
Stockton? It was Stockton, yes. He was kind enough to take me out yesterday for a drive with my maid. Do you know Stockton?
No, I haven't met him. Holmes knows him. He too went for a ride yesterday to an old ruined house.
Oh, yes. The house.
You've been there?
It's just a burnt-out house. Of no interest to me.
No ghosts?
Many, I should think. But none came out to play.
What do you make of Stockton? He seems to arouse strong feelings in people.
Why should that be?
I couldn't tell you. It's only what I've heard.
You want my opinion on Stockton? Well, at first I disliked him. Then he was interesting about my country. He speaks my language, and so I welcome him.
The village...
I know nothing of the village. Strong feelings, you say. Peasants. English peasants.
And Stockton offered you some consolation?
He understands. The dead. What happens to us? Where we go? Where my little Ricardo has gone is the only solace I have.
You have none with your husband?
None. Why did he bring me here to this terrible place? I tell you, because he wanted my little baby to be an Englishman, like Jack. He wanted another boy like Jack. Is that so wonderful? To end up buried in an English grave?
I'm sorry if I caused you pain.
Why not? You are a doctor. It is better to bring the truth out.
Indeed.
And now you will stay for lunch.
Thank you. Stayed to lunch, tea? We had tea in the garden. She's a remarkable woman. Most cultured person. I think even you would enjoy her company.
And the maid?
Oh, no, the maid. Well, but I still love marks on Michael's neck. Oh. I'm only recording the details since you asked for them.
And Ferguson's part in all this?
Ferguson returned mid-afternoon.
And Jack?
Jack? Jack hadn't returned.
He wasn't missed?
Referred to once or twice, but missed. I couldn't tell you.
And the girl here?
Unchanged since this morning. Your trip to London?
I thought a visit to Stockton's ruin might be more useful.
Oh. Did anything happen?
Nothing. Neither the living nor the dead appeared. But it was instructive, nonetheless.
Where is he? Curse the boy. With your friend? Stay here. Get inside! Stockton, I want to talk to you. Get in. Just get in. Just get in. Get in! See here. Your work. My boy, my wife, her maid. You have them all. And we're not part of your village vendetta.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
What do you want from us?
You introduced me to your wife.
No le haga caso, está borracho.
Ya le veo.
Speak English, Samuel.
Debería marcharse.
Speak English!
Por supuesto, esto es ridículo.
How dare you insult?
No!
Now take her. Take your creature. But leave my wife and my boy. For God's sake. Jack, stay. Stay, Jack.
Leave him. Let him go.
Came round that bend. Travelling too quick. It's wet. An accident, Mr. Holmes. That'll be my report. Subject closed.
No doubt, as you say, Constable.
Very good, then. You'll be leaving the village now, then, will you? Now our problem's gone.
No reason for me to stay. And I gather the village doctor is better this morning, so you won't be needing Dr. Watson's services either.
No. But his help was appreciated. Well, come on, lads. Let's get it over with.
Accident.
Murder?
There are deeper mysteries.
Where will they put him?
Graveyard. Where else?
He can't go there.
In my country, sometimes they burn the body.
Well, this isn't your country. We're civilized here.
So you will throw him out to be eaten by wolves?
Where would you bury him, Jack? It's your friend Stockton we're talking about.
You hungry, dear?
No,
Why'd you look at me like that?
nothing.
Well, I've got to work.
The tree that he hit was my tree. The one that I fell from.
You been to see it?
No, your tree, Jack. It wasn't on that way.
It was. The very same tree where I had my accident. Must have a curse on it.
I want to see it. Would you take me, Michael?
Not now.
You afraid?
No, of course not.
I'll take you.
Michael?
Later, if you must.
For man walketh in a vain shadow, and disquieteth himself in vain.
No,
He
Christian
heapeth up riches,
burial.
and cannot tell who gathers them.
Cast
And
him
now,
out.
Lord, what is my hope?
Devil, no place in
Truly,
house of
my
God.
hope is even in thee.
Save us,
Deliver me
Jesus
from all
of
mine
Satan.
offences, and make me not a
Voicing her
rebuke
protest.
unto the foolish. I became dumb and opened not my mouth, for it was thy doing. Take thy plague away from me. I am even consumed by means of thy heavy hand. When thou with rebuke dost chasten man for sin, thou makest his beauty to consume away, like it was a moth fretting away a garment. Every man, therefore, is but vanity. Hear my prayer, O Lord, and with thine ears consider my calling. Hold not thy peace at my tears, for I am a stranger with thee, and a sojourner as all my fathers were. Oh, spare me a little that I may recover my strength before I go hence and be no more.
Go, train.
Oh, spare me a little that I may recover my strength.
Well, I think it was claustrophobia. Nothing worse. Some people get it in churches.
Yeah, but he used to sing in my choir every Sunday.
Well, he and Stockton have become quite close. It must have been a terrible shock.
What a business. The village up in arms. But I couldn't deny the man a Christian burial. I mean, how could I? What had he done?
Did he have any relatives? Heirs?
Well, no one, as far as anyone knows. That's another problem, you see. What to do with his cottage, his possessions?
I shall look over the premises.
Shouldn't we ask the police?
Holmes will know what to look for. In the business of house clearing now, eh, Holmes?
It may be instructive.
What's that smell in here? Heliotrope?
It's the smell of decay. Will you light that lamp, Watson? We must set to work.
Imbecile! Ghost? I'll climb up and shake him down if you like. If he's up there, he doesn't frighten me. You can't frighten me, Stockton! You're under the sod, where you belong. You won't bother nobody now, nor never again. Dolly? Come on now, don't play silly games. Dolly!
Here's one by Stockton. Religions in Peru. Fish god, crab god, fox god in flight. Taboos, witchcraft, sorcery. Is there nothing this man hasn't dabbled in? Vampires. There's a book here on vampires, Holmes.
Mike! She's been attacked! Down by the tree! It was him!
Persons who turn vampire are generally wizards, suicides, and those who come to a violent end. Or have been cursed by their parents or the church.
Two perfect specimens, whence I draw my strength. My two Peruvian ladies revived me.
Vampire will bring his victim to the point of death, but not beyond. He will nurse her back to health with all the outward appearance of love.
And yet, am I not also possessed? When I visit the house, is she not commanding me to relinquish, to hand my mantle on to another?
Indeed, it may be love to devour her again, whereby he is forever nourished.
Tuve un sueño raro. Bello. He called to me.
Tell me your dream.
She wanted me to take her there, so I did. One minute she was standing there, then she was gone. I couldn't see her. Then she appeared again by the tree and fell into my arms. On her neck were bites and blood.
Did you make these marks?
No. No, sir, not I. It was Stockton.
You saw him?
Well, no, but he was there right enough.
Stockton is dead.
No, sir, he is not. Or if it is, it's the living dead, as God's my witness. See the mark on her. See for yourself.
Vampires don't exist. Michael, look at me. They don't exist. What's the matter with the dog?
It's some form of paralysis.
Did it come on suddenly?
Yesterday?
Remarkable. And suggestive.
What do you mean? What's the dog got to do with anything?
I can't tell you at this instant. May Watson be permitted to examine the maid?
Of course. The man's death, perhaps, in part, I caused it. I don't deny that I lost my temper, Holmes. But that's nothing to the suffering that's been brought on this family. My wife, the baby boy, and continues to be brought. Now, on the maid. Explain that to me, Holmes.
Good morning, Jack.
Mr. Holmes, the detective. Dolores is feeling better, Father.
It's a slight fever, nothing worse.
She was out with Michael last night. They were caught in a storm. Lover's marks?
No.
Then what?
This is also the tree that Jack fell from as a boy, that caused his injury. Or so he told Michael.
Stockton and Jack? Now, that's too much to swallow.
Jack was lying. I asked Ferguson. Jack's tree is in quite another part of the woods.
But why should he lie about that?
Why, indeed?
Out of my hands. It was the constable. He decided.
You can't. It's outside the law. It's a violation.
What will the spirits make of it?
Where are we taking him, Mr. Gressy?
Back to where he belongs, where he can do this village no harm.
He tried to strangle me.
Some water, please, Mrs. Gressy.
It was like a big black animal, a cat or a spider. And it had hair on the inside of its hands. And they come at my throat.
It was just a bad dream, Vera. Just a bad dream.
don't like it here, Mr. Gresty. Let's drop him and get out fast.
Down here.
Are we going to do the other thing?
What's that, Michael?
You know, what you do with their arts.
You got a mind to it, boy.
I haven't, no.
I'm not going down there, I won't. What's that? It's from in here.
How can it be?
There's been a desecration, Watson. Stockton has been returned to the home of his forebears, I would imagine. It's a matter for the police or the bishop, no concern of ours for the moment. How's the girl?
Oh, she's calm, sleeping now.
Marks?
Not a scratch.
Window?
Bolted from the inside.
It's a case of hysteria, then.
But the Ferguson maid, Holmes, I swear to you.
Yes, that we must take seriously. Are you coming?
Of course.
Jack?
Shed blood down her mouth. He saw it. She and that man Stockton. Both of them vampires.
Where is your mistress now?
Locked in a room. She is a monster.
Would you see me?
Oh, see the devil first.
The maid, Ben!
Where's the boy?
Jack? Oh, he's in his room, I think. Mr. Ferguson, I don't know where he is.
It was poison. Curare, I think.
Was she alive?
Yes. Carlotta discovered it and was attempting to suck the venom out. You knew.
Stolen from Stockton, or perhaps Stockton gave it to him. An arrow dipped in curare. 2 small incisions into the neck. He tried it on the dog first.
Jack!
I knew it couldn't be Jack of the Ruin. I heard him playing the violin at Stockton's house.
And what about the ghost?
Trick of the light. But the Ruin had become Jack's playground. I saw him there on my second visit, and now here. His inspiration hidden away in cupboards. A dark world of imagination. Brought to life by a disturbed adolescent boy.
But to pretend to be a vampire.
No, Watson, believe. Believe he is a vampire. Remember his behavior in the church, his fear of the cross?
And Stockton, too?
Why not? He saw Stockton's effect upon people, his control over women. What better thing to be? To win respect, affection, love, perhaps. We must find him. He'll be at the ruin with his master.
Get thee to hell. Burn everyone to death. Let thy foul carcass be food for jackals. Let thy blood be drink for pariah dogs.
Blow to the head. See that he lives, Watson. Jack! Jack!
They're returning to her country. They have nothing in this village to keep them. And neither have you, my good friends, but I, for one, shall remember your efforts with gratitude.
This business with Stockton.
I'll remove to another parish, quietly, no fuss. May he rest in peace. Goodbye.
Baby, Holmes. You don't think so?
I respect the verdict of your profession. Pneumonia, wasn't it?
And Stockton's death?
Accident, fate, who knows? But Jack was no murderer.
Stockton's face in the locket.
Got from a photograph. A clever touch. Will you be making a record of these events?
The Vampyre of Lamberley.
No. Perhaps the world is not yet prepared.